Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Over the baptistry in our church, and in many other churches I've attended, is a large wooden cross. As a child, I would stare at it during the service, knowing its symbolism, thinking about Jesus and what He did there. I grew up in the church, so I knew what the cross meant. People have cross necklaces to display small crosses in their homes and on their cars, and I often wonder what non-Christians think of when they look at a cross. To us, it represents victory, freedom, sacrifice, the boundless love of God, and more. But to them, it symbolizes Christianity in general, I suppose. History, mythology, foolishness, maybe. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 1:18, "For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." For the first century Jews, it certainly seemed foolish, I'm sure. To them, a cross was an instrument of torture and humiliation, used by the Gentiles. The thought that it would be used to kill their Messiah was ludicrous. To them, a gospel of their Messiah being nailed to a Roman cross was unthinkable. That wasn't good news at all. As Paul says, we preach Christ crucified, to the Jews a stumbling block, and to the Gentiles foolishness. The world today sees us and our message as foolish as well. Who cares about a book that has stories that are millennia old? How can it possibly have anything relevant to the modern world? That's not good news. It's stupidity to believe in all that nonsense. Christians who believe what the Bible teaches about creation, well, they're crazy. And those who believe in God's plan for marriage, gender roles, and all that, well, they're hate mongers, bigots. And thinking a guy who died 2,000 years ago can make a difference in our lives today? That's not faith. That's nuts. Yes, what the cross represents is foolishness to those who are on a wide road to hell. But to us who are on the narrow road to heaven, the cross is a paradox. Yes, it brought Jesus' death, but through that death, it brought us life. What Jesus did there looked like defeat, but it was really victory over sin, death, and Satan. It represented hate and punishment, but it was done as a display of love and gave us freedom. In those hours on the cross, Jesus may have seemed weak and helpless, but the message of the cross, the gospel, is the power of God. He was fully in control of every detail that led up to the cross. Just the number of prophecies He fulfilled in this one act proves that. He was in complete control the moment of His death. He was even in control of what happened to His body afterward. And on the third day, He rose from the grave. He had the power to lay down His life, and He had the power to conquer death, not just for Himself, but for us too. The cross is a symbol of the power of God. What does the cross mean to you? How can you share that with others?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.